Hi guys, I hope you're all well. Today's lesson is going to start off with a recap from what you've done in the last two sessions. I always do this in my lessons anyway, just to make sure that you pick up on anything that you might have not understood in the last few lessons or something you've forgotten, so it keeps everything going in your head. So what I'd like you to do is have a go at answering those on a scrap piece of paper or however you are doing your work, and then at the end of this PowerPoint there will be all the answers. Don't skip forward and cheat, because this is a great way of telling you what you're doing really well on and what you need to focus on in your revision. So have a go at doing that, and you can check that yourselves at the end of the lesson. In today's lesson, we're going to be focusing on two types of meditation in quite a bit of detail. This did come up as a 12-mark essay question in some of the past exam questions, so it's really important that you can understand the difference between these two. So really focus on this lesson and make really good notes, guys. So we're looking at Vipassana meditation and Samatha meditation. We're going to find out what they are and how both of these types of meditation can help a Buddhist on their way to enlightenment. Remember, enlightenment, if you've forgotten what that keyword is that your mind is completely free from attachments and suffering, so you've achieved peace. That's what enlightenment means. And you're going to be able to say, which is the last objective, out of these two types of meditation, which one you think is really, really good at helping a Buddhist get to enlightenment. Bearing in mind, a Buddhist will more than likely use both of these at some point in their religious journey, so realistically there's probably not one that's better than the other. There's obviously going to be different opinions on that, but it's important that that's something you can argue in your essay, because that's kind of what your essays will ask you if they're going to ask you anything. So let's crack on with today's lesson then, guys. This slide just contains the text that you need to basically answer the questions on the following slide. I'm sure you can read through those yourself. I'm going to explain all of this in more detail as I answer the questions for you on the next slide. Okay guys, so I'm going to talk you through the answers to those three questions then. So we'll start number one. What is Samatha meditation? As it says there in that top paragraph, it is literally calming meditation. It's where you are trying to gain control of your mind and not get distracted by things. So the way that they do this is, which answers question two, is mainly through mindfulness breathing, where you focus on literally breathing. So you breathe in through your nose, and you'd feel how that feels when you breathe in. So you'd feel it making your chest expanding, and you'd feel your chest getting bigger, and then you'd count maybe a few seconds in your head and you'd breathe out. So it's a sensation of breathing in and out really, really calmly. Most likely you'd sit cross-legged with your eyes closed so that you can really focus on this, because that's kind of how Buddhists tend to meditate. And you just focus on the sensations in your body, and that's all you're doing. So you breathe in, calming yourself down. So how does that then lead on to this thing called a kasina? So how are they used? So first of all, what are they? They're mainly elements. So you've got earth, wind, fire and air, but they're also sometimes colours. So you can see there I've given you a few examples in that little purple box there, and obviously some in the picture. So sometimes if you try this yourself, which I'm going to give you the opportunity to do so in the next slide, you will find that even when you're trying to breathe in and you're calming yourself down, you'll sometimes get a little bit distracted. So you might hear something in the background. So you can probably hear my cat scratching herself every now and again and its bell ringing, which is really distracting me from trying to do this little video. Or you might hear my little boy randomly run in a second. That would be distracting me. So what that's saying is that a kasina is something that will help you stay focused, and the only way that you stay focused is you literally stare at it. So you might have a bowl of water in front of you, like you learned in the last few lessons, that when there's a Buddhist shrine there's water there. So they might stare at the water, still doing the breathing, but they're staring at the water, and if they get a little bit distracted, they'd focus back on the water and they'd focus on how it moves, how it looks, how it reflects things. And instead of thinking, oh, like if they're getting distracted on things, for example, what do I want for my tea, what did I forget, what have I left in my car, you think, right, my mind's getting distracted, focus back on that water, and that will calm you down. So a kasina is a tool that helps you to stay focused when you are meditating. So it doesn't matter which one you use whichever one of them helps you best. So if I was going to stare, for example, at the colour red, if that was my kasina, that wouldn't work for me, because red for me is angry, it's fire, it's danger, and that's not going to calm me down. I would probably stick to something like water for me personally, or I might look out the window and look at a tree and the air moving that tree. That might help me to focus, because it's got to be whatever suits you best. So a casino is basically a very personalised thing that helps somebody to focus. On this page here, you can see that there is the YouTube link box for you to copy and paste. Now, as it says in that big description, is what I'm going to basically say here, is that usually in my lessons, I give you the opportunity, if you want to and if you felt comfortable doing so, to try some mindfulness meditation. The link in the video is literally just some really calming music. So what I usually do in the lesson is I play that music, get you guys to calm yourselves down and close your eyes, and if you want to, just to focus on your breathing. I talk you through it, saying in through your nose, breathe for 5 seconds, hold it for 5 seconds, and then breathe out. And I just basically talk you through that breathing exercise. And the reason I ask you to do that is it really does, if you focus on it, it really will calm you down. And like it says in the paragraph there, it does not matter if you're religious or not. This is a really good way for you to calm yourself down if you are stressed or if you're going through a hard time. It's a really, really powerful tool to help you gain more control over your mind. So with what's going on in the world at the moment, I think this is a brilliant, brilliant thing for you to try, regardless of this being a lesson, just in general anyway. If you are feeling a bit upset or down, or you feel like you're struggling with your mental health, taking yourself out for a few minutes, playing some really calming music, focusing on your breathing and just getting your head back together is a really, really good thing to do. So like I've said, you don't have to do this. I would never make you do something you don't want to do, but if you want to try it, I think it'll help you remember these types of meditation more by actually giving it a go and having this experience, because you'll think, if this came up, oh, that's when I did this, and that's when I did this meditation. You'll remember Samatha meditation is this. So click on the video anyway, just listen to the music, because that's the kind of stuff that they might listen to help calm them, and see how it makes you feel. And I'll catch up with you guys on the next slide. So hopefully you gave it a go and you did a bit of Samatha meditation, the breathing meditation. Now this leads on to, and this will help you understand if you had a go at that, this Tibetan painting. It's a very famous painting. Sometimes it can look slightly different depending on the artist, but the overall essence of it is it's a winding road with, and it follows the journey of a monk chasing an elephant, and eventually the monk catches up with the elephant at the top. Now I don't want to say too much more than that, I don't want to give it away, but the elephant and the monkey symbolise something, they stand for something. So what I want you to do is have a look at those pictures, follow it around, start at the bottom and follow it all the way around and look and think, what is the monk doing? What is the elephant doing? What's the monkey doing? Where is the monkey at certain points? How is the elephant behaving? To try and figure out what the elephant and the monkey stand for, and I'll tell you that in a moment. So on this slide there's a little bit of a clue. It says there, if you read the text, this Tibetan painting shows the stages of Samatha meditation. The elephant and the monkey are symbols of things. So the little clue there is that at each point that's a different stage of meditation. So if this is to do with the journey of meditation, what do you think the monkey and the elephant symbolise? Okay, I'll catch up with you on the next bit. One final clue, guys. So this is a video that will show you that picture in a different form. So obviously it's a video form, and it will hopefully you'll be able to see or guess what the monkey and the elephant symbolise. So this is a final clue. The next slide I'm going to tell you what it is. Okay, so look over the last few slides and see if you've got it right. Okay, it'll be on the next slide. Okay guys, so there's a massive description there which I've typed up, which will explain to you what this is. So I'm here in this video to talk you through it, so this might help you understand it a bit better if you read that and you still don't understand it. So we'll start at the very, very bottom, where you can see the monk there, got like a little rope in his hand, he's by the building and he's shouting after the elephant. Okay, the elephant, all the way through, the elephant is the symbol of your mind, my mind, everyone's, but it's the mind. Okay, so the elephant there is out of control. It's chasing the monkey, and the monkey symbolises distractions. So that's any type of distraction. So me and you are going to get distracted by different types of things. Okay, so that monkey can be anything, any distraction. So it's just the category of distraction. So the elephant, sorry, You can see the elephant there is chasing distractions. It's just not bothered about the monk. The monk is not controlling his mind at that moment in time. He's got no control over it. So he's probably absolutely rubbish at meditation. So this is the very start of where everybody is. That's when you are a beginner, you're a complete rookie at meditation. That's the point. So if you move on to the next picture, you can see the elephant there. He's starting to slow down a little bit. There's a little bit of white at the top of his head. Now white is symbolization of purity, which is a sign of something that's really good in any type of religion. It's pure, it's good, it's the goal of what you should be trying to do. So you can see there it's slowing down, and even the monkey's starting to slow down a bit. It hasn't got as much power over the elephant as it did before, and you can see behind the monk's catching up a little bit. So if you move up to the next one, you can see there that the monk has got the rope there, he's on the elephant, so he's got some form of control over the elephant. You can see his head starting to change there. The monkey's trying his best there to distract, but you can see that the elephant isn't looking anymore. He's looking towards the monk, so he's got some form of control. Move across, he's gaining even more control, and you can follow. This is quite an important bit, is if you go up to the next one, you can see that the monkey's actually moved now. He's behind the elephant, so he still has a hold on the elephant. Distractions are still a thing that will distract a Buddhist at this point in the journey, but you can see there the elephant's not too bothered. The monkey himself as well is also starting to change colour a little bit, and the monk there he's sort of, I think you can see he's starting to touch the elephant. He's more in touch and in contact with his mind. Next one there, you can see that really calm. The monk isn't even looking at the elephant anymore. He's looking outwards. Maybe you could interpret that as he's got looking out even more into depth of the Buddhist teachings and where he's going in his path to enlightenment. Up there, you can see that he doesn't need a rope anymore. I think he hasn't got a rope on the other one either. So around this point here, he doesn't need to have a physical control over his mind. He's controlling it. He's stepped away. I can't see a monkey at any given point now, so that symbolises the idea that distractions do not affect the mind anymore. So he doesn't, I've said the word attachment because distractions can be forms of attachments as well. So you can see there that the mind isn't bothered anymore. It's completely detached from distractions. The monk has control. Okay, and if you keep moving along, you can just see that in even more detail, and even to the point where the mind is, you can see the elephant, he's lying down next to him where he's in that sort of, looks like the mountain tops there, and they are one, they are together, they are like reunited in a way, they work together. Now where it gets a little bit different, you can see there's a rainbow coming out of there, and the monk's flying on one of them, and this is the symbolisation of enlightenment. They are free from attachments, from suffering, and that is the pivotal part of achieving enlightenment there, because they are literally free from attachments, because they are not attached and they're floating in midair there. Okay, so overall, this is a visual picture, or this visualization of the journey to enlightenment, all the way through the journey of the mind, the struggle, and the ultimate goal. So at the top is where Buddhists are aiming to be, the bottom is where we are, and that's the journey. Okay, usually in class, a little bit of a fun activity, if you are interested in this, is I usually get you guys to, I print this out and get you to circle where you think you are on this journey. Do you think you have control over your mind? Do you think you're right at the top? Do you think you're right at the bottom? And I get you guys to explain why that is. So if you want to have a go at doing that, that'll be a really good little thing to do. But this is what that picture symbolises there. Okay, hopefully that helps you guys.